This is the 2024 Mercedes Benz AMG C43. Is it the perfect balance of luxury, performance, and a lower starting price? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport. This particular model is not for sale. It belongs to a friend of mine who works here at the dealership, and he was kind enough to ask me to tell all of you all about it. But if you do want one, contact somebody here at the dealership on the sales staff and they can help you get the ball rolling. I don't know for sure if they have any in inventory. As far as I know, they don't as of the time that I'm making this video, but check out the website to find out. Let's see what you get for a starting price of $62,500. So depending on what you add, well, obviously that price can rise. We're gonna find full LED lighting, LED headlights, and LED daytime running lights, also LED turn signal indicators, which I do have that turned on over here on the driver's side of the vehicle. And the thing that we're looking at here, for those who may wonder, yes, this is a full AMG model. It is not just a C-Class with AMG badging or floor mats or a steering wheel. It is full AMG. We obviously have the AMG logo right here on the classic grille for this particular model. You'll find the sensors right here. We also have a forward-facing camera and that classic Mercedes-Benz logo. A very aggressive look. Everything here on the front end is active. We do have active air curtains right here. I don't know if you can see the daylight through there or not, but they are active. In fact, I can show you back here on the rear that this is where the air actually comes out. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is there. A very nice, aggressive, low profile. Something I really like about the way this C43 looks. As far as the tire and wheels setup goes, we have 235 on the width, a 45 series sidewall, wrapped around 20-inch wheels here on the front. And as far as the rear tires go, they are a different size. 265 on the width, a 30 series sidewall, once again wrapped around the 20-inch wheels. Now, with the wheels, tell me what your thoughts are. You might wonder about this particular wheel design, especially what we have right here. That is there for the purpose of aerodynamics. It's intentional. It's not just there to make it look different. Also the AMG logo right here. And we'll find the turbo badging right here. For those of you who want everything with your side view mirrors, it is here. They are power adjustable. They're heated. Turn signal indicators are built in. And they are power folding. You also have your blind spot monitoring right there to fold the mirrors. I'm just going to push this button right here so I can show you that in action. Some of you might wonder about that. There you go. Nobody can wonder anymore. And I'm going to turn around and take advantage of the bright Louisiana sunshine to show you the remote. There you go. Nothing unusual as far as Mercedes-Benz goes, but that is what we have. We'll have a combination of the body color and chrome door handles. You do have a panoramic sunroof, a nice large sunroof. For a car of this size, a sedan of this size, you might wonder if it has a conventional size sunroof. Definitely not. And we have what I think is the appropriate size for the rear spoiler here on the trunk. LED tail lights are going to finish things off. The AMG logo and the C43 logo. We'll also have the active quad tip exhaust back here. I'll give you a good look at that just so you can see those aren't just fake exhaust tips coming out. Speaking of that, what's under the hood? Let's open it and find out. Wait for the horsepower and torque numbers before you judge what's under the hood. It is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a 48-volt mild hybrid setup. It makes 402 horsepower and 369 pounds-feet of torque. That makes this car a blast to drive. All of that's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and there's an electric motor that helps to eliminate turbo lag. You also have the bracing right here and the AMG logo, as you can see. Now, the only downside, yes, we can't see as much as maybe we would like to with all the plastic right here, but here's something that might surprise a few people. Like I said, this is a pure AMG model. That's why you see the signature right here. This is a hand-assembled motor, and that is who hand-assembled the motor. By the way, the 0 to 60, you do have a 2-step here to help with launching this C43. 3.8 seconds, 0 to 60. That's very respectable. How about the MPGs? We're looking at 19 miles per gallon city, 27 highway, and 22 combined And when we're talking about gas tank size, you're looking at 17.4 gallons. When it comes to gaining access to the cargo area back here, you have a button on the trunk itself, a button on the remote, a button in the interior, and here might be a little bit of a surprise for you. You also have a motion sensor that you can kick your foot under the bumper. That will sense your foot, and you can open the trunk to reveal 11.6 cubic feet of cargo capacity. I have the rear seats folded down to show you how everything looks maximized. All you have to do is use the controls right there to do that. There's one on each side. We have a button to release those seats and automatically fold them down. The only thing missing is a spare tire. What will your rear seat passengers find? Well, plenty of room with the armrest right here. I do like the absence of gloss black in this area. You have silver instead. That works really well. There is the nice large door bin. For being as small of a sedan as this is, it actually works pretty well with a lot of space. Let's just see if I can be talented enough to get that window sticker back in there. Rear seat pockets on the back of each seat, and the air conditioning vents are going to be here as well. The only thing missing back here, surprisingly, USB options. There are none back here. So, something to consider where that's concerned. But I guess if you had to choose between one or the other, well, probably go with the air conditioning vents beyond the USB ports. And we have the nice large sunroof. There is a front and rear setup here. You do have the shades that can be drawn back and forth, power shades, and that front portion will open. And there is a reasonable amount of room back here as far as leg space goes. That really depends, obviously, on where the front seats are positioned. But you might be a little surprised at how much space is back here where that's concerned. Now, at 5'10", here's how much head space I have. So, if you're over 6 feet tall, sit in the front. You'll be fine. You'll be very comfortable up there. And you'll find the red seat belts here. There are a lot of nice options you can add. Remember I said earlier in the video that the price starts at $62,500. So you don't necessarily have to break the bank if you buy a C43. And we also have our cup holders that are concealed away until they are needed in the fold-out armrest. And let's do this. Let's test this out a little bit. Actually, you can still use this as an armrest even if there are cups or bottles in the cup holder areas. So it's nice that those are not built in right here. Better design than a lot of them out there. So, what else can we find here? There's actually quite a bit going on technology-wise. Let's jump in the front seat and we'll talk about what you can find. Here's something you'll find with the front doors that you won't find with the rear, which is going to be the AMG logo on the door sills. With a base price of $62,500, there's a lot you can add as far as options go. And the way this particular model is optioned out, we're looking at $77,750. So tell me what you think about that. Comfortable seats, nice bolstering here in the front seat area. They're power adjustable, as you can see via the controls right there on the door panel. They're heated, they're ventilated. You have seat memory for the driver and the passenger sides, and you also have lumbar support for the driver and the passenger sides. I know that's important to a lot of people. You got your carbon fiber trim here in the interior. Also plenty of room within the glove box right there. And as far as the driver's side door goes, the same setup here with these front doors as we saw with the rear. Again, liking that lack of the piano black or gloss black finish in this area. Now, you do have it up here, but I don't think that's as big of a deal because you're more likely to fingerprint this area up. Here is where you're going to control your headlights, all that kind of stuff right there. You can see some of the ambient lighting here. There is nice ambient lighting throughout the interior. And we'll have all of our controls here for our side view mirrors and our power windows. You can lock the windows, unlock the windows, and there are your buttons for locking and unlocking the doors. And with your steering wheel, we have the shifter paddles. Make it easy to work your way back and forth through that 9-speed automatic transmission, and everything here for your driving modes. Depending on what you want to drive in, you have slippery. It's going to start in comfort. That's the default mode. We're going to go to sport. And Sport Plus, I don't know how well you can hear the exhaust note changing. You'll get to hear that better on the test drive later on. You can also see those nice graphics. As far as the steering wheel itself goes, you're going to have all of your great steering wheel mounted controls, and you can go in and make a lot of changes as far as the dashboard goes. So if I wanted to change the look of the dash, here are my different options. I'm going to leave this the way the owner has it as far as this goes, but you can see some of the different things you can do here, including navigation. If you want to do that, all I'm doing is scrolling across right here, and then if I want to select something, I just push down right there, and that's how we do it. Very easy to deal with. I like how simple this is as far as the different technology goes. Over here on the left-hand side, you're going to have the controls for your windshield wipers and something called your blinkers or turn signals. Some of you will know what that is and some of you won't. You're going to say, wow, does my car have that? You might want to check and see. You might have optioned that feature in and you didn't even know it. Over here, well, I can't really say anything sarcastic or funny about the shifter, but there's your shifter. When you want to go into park, push that button right there. And your button to start the engine and turn it back off. And if you're looking for the button to turn on or off, depending on your personal preferences, the auto stop start system, there it is right there. When it comes to your infotainment screen, the MBUX is the best there is in my opinion. Super simple to use, but packed full of great technology. It looks complicated if you're not used to it, but when you get used to it, it's not difficult at all. So you do have Mercedes here. You can say whatever. Well, let's do this. Hey Mercedes, what can I ask you?
I can help you operate different functions easily and intuitively. You can see some examples here. Give it a try. If you don't know how to do more, you can say help at any time and I can explain what you can do.
And there you go. So it's a lot. We're not going to go through all of that, but you can see you have your built-in navigation. You can also pair your smartphone and use whatever app you want to for navigation. And as far as your apps go, here's what we have. Now, one thing that might surprise some people is the dash cam option. You can actually option that in on any Mercedes Benz model. Doesn't matter what it is available on all of them. So if you're wondering about that, well, there's the answer to that particular question. It is here on this particular model as well. Now, settings. You have all of your different assistance features here. We have vehicle. We can go in and go into comfort or dynamic select, driving. I'm not going to cover everything here because there is so much, but if that's the case, you need to go in and see those things. There you go. And as far as your lighting goes, the main thing I wanted to show you here is your ambient lighting. Again, something that is very common with Mercedes-Benz vehicles. You have all of your different settings. You also have some presets. Here you have 64 different colors as far as that goes. And then you have some presets right here as well. I'm not going to change anything because I want to leave this the way the owner has it. And we also have the ability to see all of our different camera views. And there are quite a few here. Depending on what you need to see, you can actually, as you can see, change the positioning. Based on where I'm sitting right now, if I need to see from any angle, I can literally see from every angle possible. I like that. I think that's really cool. Here are some of our other views. Depending on what you need to see, you have your front and rear cameras. Got that side view right there. So you have quite a bit you can select from. There's the overhead view that we started with. A lot going on here. You might wonder, wow, how did the price get so high? Well, you can option in so many great things. Media, radio, phone, you can see what all is there. Also, comfort is going to be here. We took a look at some of that earlier, but we'll go in and look at a couple of things as far as the automatic seat positioning. That's going to be there. Some of your settings here. But the main thing I wanted to hit real fast here is this particular screen. The AMG Performance. This is how you know it is a true AMG, as I was saying earlier in the video. So you can go in and change literally everything that's going on with the vehicle. There you go. You can see if we were driving down the road, we could see what's going on. Or actually, I can just hit the gas pedal and there we go, but it'll actually work better when we're driving down the road. I'll try to remember to put that on the screen when we're doing that. And your consumption, you can see what's been going on. This is what's nice what makes it nice to have a vehicle that somebody owns. It's not just brand new sitting here on the lot. It's here and it has information I can already show you. So you can see how this looks. So if you're curious about that, well, there you go. Give you a little bit different look and perspective compared to what we normally see in a lot of these videos. Now, we're gonna have our one-touch buttons down here. As you can see, I think you know what all is there. And we'll also have right down here, there's a USB option right there and a wireless charging pad. You can conceal all of that away if you want to. There is some of that piano black finish, if that's something you like. And our cup holders. Now, something that's kind of nice here is having the USB cable right here. You can see how that can come out of the center console right here, right through that opening with the Bombay doors. And we also have quite a bit of space in there and a couple more USB options. As far as your upper console goes, let's make sure we get that back in there correctly. Here is what you're going to have. It does have the piano black finish up there, so be careful. You might get some fingerprints up there. All right, here we go on the test drive. And one thing I did want to make sure I remember to tell you about is the fact that there is a head-up display here. So didn't mention that earlier in the video. Nice and bright. It is adjustable. You can adjust the brightness. You can adjust the position. You can adjust what's on the screen as far as what it's showing you on the windshield. I have speed limit recognition up there, speed limit sign, so it's telling me what's going on there. So we're going to cruise up on the road just a little bit here, just down the road a little bit, and we'll do have a little fun. We'll do a launch and see how that goes. So we're going to go just beyond the bridge right here and see how it works. Very easy to use that two-step, so we're just going to have a little fun here. There is nobody around. Come out to a nice area like this where you can have a nice spirited drive, and here's how we do it. Wow, that's pretty impressive for a four-cylinder. And what's interesting about that makes it even more of a visceral experience is the fact that as I was the whole time I was under acceleration with the gas pedal on the floor, the seatbelt tightened up. So not ridiculously tight, but it kind of made me think of being in some kind of a race car or something like that. So a lot of fun to drive, great handling, very easy to accelerate through the corners as I'm doing right here, just taking it nice and easy out of the corner, hit the pedal, down the road we go. Wow. That is fun for a four-cylinder. I know a lot of people say, oh, I want the V8, and I completely understand that. But keep in mind, this is a 43. That means it's going to be a four-cylinder. If it's a 53, that means it's going to be a six-cylinder. If it's a 63, it means it's going to be a V8. So that's just the way it goes with Mercedes Benz. So depending on what you buy, if it's say a GLE 63, well then you know you have the V8. If it's a GLE 53, you know you have the six-cylinder. So in this case we have the C43. We know it's a four-cylinder. But for some people that works really well. Not everybody wants a V8 or even a six-cylinder, a V6 or a straight six. The four-cylinder is good for them. They can have a lot of fun with it. And just a blast to drive. A great car. I'm not going to say it's something you could have just to have for fun on the weekends. It is a little bit on the pricey side, especially once you start adding options. For what you get at the base price, I think it's a reasonable thing in this day and age. Yes, I know it is very high. $62,500 is pretty high on up there, but for what you have to pay for a lot of other vehicles that are just as much fun to drive, I think it works out pretty well. So we're going to get out here real fast and have a little more fun. I'm not going to launch it again because I have a hill right there. You couldn't necessarily see that, but I don't want to have somebody come over the hill and I'm sitting there trying to launch. Tell you what, great exhaust crackles, and it actually accelerates very well even in comfort mode. So you don't have to be in Sport or Sport Plus to have a good time, that's for sure. But we're in Sport Plus, so we're going to have a good time. Drop the loud pedal and off we go. And yes, I do have the owner's permission to have some fun with this C43. Now, how about the practical use of daily driving? It is a great daily driver as long as you don't have a big family or something like that. There is a good bit of room if you go on a road trip. You have plenty of room here in the front seat for the driver and the passenger. It's so responsive driving down the road. The steering is nice and tight, and you have all the great technology here, the great driving aids. It's a really, high-tech car, but it's not hard to learn the tech that's here. That's one thing I really like about how Mercedes-Benz does things. It looks complicated to those who maybe haven't had this kind of thing before, but it works. I like that everything is easy to get to, and you do have the MBUX with voice recognition, so you can ask all the different questions and all that good stuff. Overall, it is a fun car to drive. In fact, if you pulled up next to somebody, if you pull up to a red light and somebody's coming up behind you and they think you're going to be a slowpoke and they change lanes, you have a little bit of a surprise for them with your C43. Okay, tell me down in the comments what you think about the 2024 Mercedes Benz AMG C43. Is it the perfect balance of luxury, performance, and a lower starting price? Tell me what your thoughts are down in the comments section. I do want to say a special thanks to my friend Cameron, who owns this C43, for being kind enough to ask me to make a video with it so you could learn about it and see what it's all about. I also want to say a special thanks to all of you who are kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe. That way you don't miss any future videos. So please be sure to share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.